What up, everybody? It's Star Hunt for Live Life Fearless, and we are back with another podcast for the Music Files. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Reese Walker. Say what up to everybody.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming. This is the Music Files. We got to chop it up. I don't know who won yet because I didn't really look at the fucking numbers. I didn't cross-check what I picked last time, but we talked about the Grammys, talked about some music. Let's get it popping. Music Files.
So we are definitely going to talk about the Grammys. Today's day, obviously, is January 31st, 2018. And, we got to circle back around to one of our previous episodes where we closed out the year and giving our predictions about all the winners and reacting to the snubs and surprises and blah, 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 blah. So we definitely have to see, well, you're definitely going to see me keep my win streak alive. I'm pretty certain about that one.
I don't know about that.
But before we hop into it, what'd you think about
them? About the Grammys
about
in general?
The actual Grammys.
Oh. It was weird. It was interesting. It wasn't bad, but I wasn't like... there wasn't anything that really stood out. The performances were cool. There were moments Kesha had a good moment for her performance. Because I mentioned that song praying.
Yeah.
Her comeback. So that was great to see her up there nominated. But let's say Lady Gaga had a ballad. It was interesting. It seemed like half of the Grammy performances were taking us to church. It was memorial or some church. Sam Smith his song was called Pray.
Yeah.
So we had Kesha was praying, Sam Smith would pray. And Kendrick opened up. Yeah, so Kendrick opened up with U2, and that's about his homie's son getting killed or something. So
yeah, it was their
so it starts with that
XXX whatever collaboration.
Yeah, with So that was dope. That intro was smooth though. That's a really cool way to
Kendrick's was cool, but definitely compared to some of his previous stuff, it wasn't as dope, but it was still cool. It was visually impressive, and he just kind of got that you can just tell he's just on the fucking top of his game right now. Honestly, it looks easy.
Yeah,
looks really easy.
It does look easy. It looks
but like you said, other than that, it was definitely a lot of slower songs and ballads and simple performances, super subdued all the way around. Honestly, kind of boring.
Yeah,
just definitely one of those years where we needed, Kanye to come through and spice it up because it was just kind of like a snooze fest, bro.
Yeah. It was a weird show for sure. I wasn't excited. Nothing, like I said, there wasn't anything.
Did not get me excited.
That really popped off.
And Logic did his, pretty much the exact same performance he gave at the MTV Awards, I think it was.
Yeah. So that was already done.
Seen that. Seen
that. I mean, Alessia Cara killed her part, though. I mean...
It's a small part, so
well.
I hope so.
It's a small part, exactly. But I mean, she seemed more invigorated than others. But I don't know.
I mean, all in all, it was pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie. The ratings were the lowest they've been in maybe ever, definitely in a long time. The ratings were definitely down. And
they said at least 9 years. No, they said 24. It dropped 24%. And is the lowest in 9 years.
I'm not surprised. It wasn't a whole lot of buzz coming into it and must-see acts or performances. It was just kind of And it turned out to be and James Corden was hosting, and he's just
Right.
So it's the whole show is just mad. It's nothing jumped out at me.
Well, I heard a lot of the politics behind the scenes really tripped up the show a little bit, that we probably wouldn't hear about. But sort of like with Lord. Lord could have been performing, but
Yeah, she
they were
didn't
sort of
perform. I think if like they would have gotten Jay and Beyonce to perform, that would definitely got more people hyped for it.
yeah.
Who else didn't perform? I'm surprised. Like Justin Timberlake, I think didn't he? You think that he was performing because he had something coming up?
Yeah.
It was just about as dull and bland as you can get from a award show like that. Honestly,
Yeah. That was the most boring Rihanna performance I've ever seen.
facts.
That was the first time I was actually bored watching Rihanna.
Facts.
I was like, wait, what?
Facts.
So
I mean,
that's how I feel
if I was
about
gonna have to give it, a rating, I'd definitely be like a 2 out of 5 score for me. Nah, dog. This isn't gonna be talked. This is gonna be talked about.
I'd have to give it a 2.5 though, just based on some of the upgrades in terms of category selection and continuing to actually broadcast rap and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it'll only be talked about for like a week or two at the most, and then everybody's just gonna move the fuck on.
Yeah, I mean it's 50%. They're still failing. They still wasn't great. Give them a 2.5. You got 2. I got 2.5.
So for those of you who actually watched the entire Grammys, and the few of you apparently that have actually watched the entire Grammys, what did you guys think about it? What performances did you like or not like? Is there anything that actually stood out to you? Yeah, just your overall reactions and thoughts about the show. As you can tell from our voices and just us talking about it, it was pretty dull. So we thought it was...
I didn't mention Bruno and Cardi. I guess that was cool.
I mean, it was
Cardi
cool,
B had her
but
moment.
it was like... It wasn't as cool because I
The
already
video
saw
was
the
better.
music video. So it's kind of like, all right,
the music
bro, like,
video is better. Yeah.
so like I said, like, you can tell we're not that excited about what happened at this year's award show. But we want to know what you think about it, and if you thought it was better than we're giving it credit for, and if there was anybody that you wish would have performed that didn't perform, let us know. All right, but the most important part now is we got to see the winner, dog, to see who got the most.
Let's rack up these points.
Yeah, right.
Rack up these points.
You say no more. Let's just hop right into it.
Let's do it. I'm about to tear him up, I'm sure.
So I'm not gonna lie, there were some surprises. Starting off with Record of the Year, which was...
Let's see.
All right, so it was between Childish Gambino, Redbone, Despacito, Daddy Yankee, Louis Fonsi, Jay-Z, Story of OJ, Humble, Kendrick Lamar, and 24K by Bruno Mars. I picked Redbone. You picked Despacito. And neither one of us won. It was 24K Magic.
Bruno
Mars.
That was my second choice. I should have picked Bruno.
But honestly, I don't get it. That was clearly
swept.
not the record of the year.
That was not. I was confused, but he swept. He cleaned up at the Grammys. I was shocked.
Honestly, you picked Despacito, and I thought it would actually win, considering how massive it is. It's like the biggest Latin record ever.
That's almost a snub.
It's a huge snub. Like, it's been destroying this year. But It's the Grammys. Album of the Year. Awaken My Love, Childish Gambino, 444. Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, Damn, Lord, Melodrama, and 24K, Bruno Mars. You picked Kendrick Lamar. And I picked Lord. And we both lost again to fucking Bruno Mars.
Fucking Bruno Mars. How? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He racked up, man. He racked up crazy this year.
They shouldn't. How are they gonna give all of the? That's like, that doesn't make sense. That's problematic. Like, what?
Look, I love Bruno.
All four of those other albums could have won over Bruno Mars.
I definitely rock with his album, but if we're really getting to what it really is, it was a collection of singles, bro. Like it wasn't like an actual album compared to like everything else people put
It's
out.
not just a collection of singles. It's a cover band.
Yeah, he basically covers like popular sounds from like now and past.
Yeah. Like, how much do you really think he owns of his own music? Like, there's so many
It's a
people
good
put
question
together.
because his other one, Unorthodox Jukebox, is kind of the similar, style. So it's a good
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, man. I'm sure there's some independent artists out here. Like, I bet Russ, honestly, I bet, like, as much as Russ got a weird rep out here, I'm sure Russ makes more money than Bruno Mars take home.
More money.
Yeah.
You crazy.
I don't know. It
You
depends. Does
crazy
Bruno
on
have a
that one, bro.
360 deal? If Bruno has a
I
360
don't. First of all, I
deal,
don't even know who he signed to. Do you?
no. Universal? I don't know. Ooh, that's a good question.
Bruh, he got
Who
like
is
Uptown
Bruno
Funk,
Mars
24K Magic.
signed?
Like, come on, bruh. Nah.
I know, but he didn't. He doesn't have any writing credits. He doesn't have.
How
He's
you know?
just the face. So like,
How you
there's
know?
little like somebody who's on it.
Have you checked the credits?
No
Okay. So you just stating alternative facts out here. So you getting your Trump on. Getting your
alternative.
Trump on, dog.
I didn't say he doesn't have no. I didn't say he doesn't have any writing credit. I'm just saying there's a lot of writers on all of his stuff.
Sure, but he's still getting a major chunk of that.
Well, compared to somebody who gets the whole chunk.
All right. Well, then you're gonna like this next one. Song of the year. Let's just skip all the bullshit. Bruno Mars won Song of the Year for That's What I Like.
Mm-hmm.
Over the likes of
And
444 Despacito. I just
Bruno fucking Mars.
I just don't get it. They were definitely
Song of
riding
the
him.
year. Honestly, though, I mean, That's What I Like one song. I completely disregarded that song. I was like, nah. I was like, it was good, but I don't think it's gonna win. And it won. Definitely won.
So Bruno 3, us 0. Um,
For no killing us.
Here's the next category that a lot of people have a problem with, myself included. Best New Artist: Alessia Cara, Khalid, Lil Uzi Vert, Julia Michael, SZA,
Yeah. Talk about it.
and Alessia Cara won. And I picked
Alessia
Khalid,
Cara.
and you picked SZA.
I did. Wow. I was actually really shocked this is a loss.
I was super shocked.
Because that goes to say, so SZA was the most nominated female and she took away
Zero.
Grammys.
I mean, I can honestly see her winning Best New Artist. I just picked Khalid because I think he had the bigger radio and the bigger, like, widespread reach because he was on way more features than SZA, like crossing over and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a super safe bet for me. And out of nowhere, Alessia Cara takes Best New Artist. I didn't even know, did she have a record, like, actual album? I heard her on features, but I actually never heard the single.
I mean, she's kind of, if I had to call somebody an industry plant, I would call Alessia Cara.
Are you just calling her, so you saying she's manufactured? She's a industry push.
She might be talented, but she's definitely being 100% pushed by the industry. She's been out for longer than everyone else on the list, but only featuring, like, and doing these subtle things.
Yeah,
And then she came in the game, and SZA, like, she doesn't have a full project to go against these people, like Uzi, SZA, like, I don't know, Khalid, like you said, has been putting in so much work. Alessia Cara, like, she's on Logic's song, so Logic's song, though, I think propelled her notoriety
But it's
this
his
year, but
song.
Khalid's on it as well.
Yeah.
But Khalid's on it as well, so, like, I don't know.
For me, it's more like, I don't know what people are listening to or watching, but I knew Uzi was gonna work because he's a little too urban. But
Yeah, it's not crossover yet.
But Khalid has a massive crossover already, and this is his very first album. So how does he not win
Yeah.
Best New Artist is beyond me. People were like super pissed about that one, and I get this one. That didn't make sense.
No, yeah, she would have been my third pick out after SZA and Khalid.
That was probably one of the worst choices they've made.
Yeah, that one was almost seemingly obvious. I was like, whoa, that's new. Like, aside from the Bruno Mars fucking sweep fest,
So
that and Best New Artist.
we're still 0 for 4.
So we got 0 points on the board right now.
You're gonna break that right here, which is bullshit. But
Is
best
it?
best
Because
pop
I
vocal
gave you
album.
the game.
Best
gave
pop
you the
vocal
game.
album. You
Run the tape.
you chose Ed Sheeran. I chose
chose
Imagine
Ed
Dragons,
Sheeran.
and Ed Sheeran won. First of all, I didn't choose Ed Sheeran because
Sheeran
I hate
won.
that album on like a deep level, and I think it's absolute garbage, just like Shape of You.
What I tell you,
which one?
though,
I thought it was like the easiest, the lowest hanging like fruit, like no talent. Like he can sing, but like the writing is so childish, it's unbelievable. And the fact that he won is like, come on now.
Yeah.
That's just straight.
I told
off
you. That's one of the ones I was really confident on. And I told you, just based on the numbers alone, that dude was going to have to win that.
Either
He
way,
broke a record for streaming for no reason, but he did. So if that album did that, then that album's winning the best pop vocal album.
bullshit.
I'm sorry. That's how it happened.
I told
So
you.
give me a point. Reese won, Dario 0 on the board for the Grammys 2018 right now.
Right.
All right.
Even if I knew beforehand he was gonna win, I'm not choosing him to win. I can't. That shit was some garbage, bro. Some garbage.
I told you what it was. I gave you the business.
Best
So now-
best dance / electronic album. I chose Muramasa, which is the real winner, and you chose Kraftwerk, which won. You guessed on this one. I remember this.
No, I told you I heard of Kraftwerk, and I was like, and you hadn't heard of him yet. And I was like,
Muramasa's
but I hadn't
album
heard of
was
Muramasa. I
definitely
didn't listen to it yet.
the better.
Well, I don't know if I heard of Kraftwerk before that, and Kraftwerk won. That's hard to.
Been around longer.
Yeah.
So
racking up the
2-0,
points.
whatever.
I'm giving you buckets right now.
Best rock album. The winner was The War on Drugs, which never heard of. We both chose Queens of Stone Age, which is an album I think we both agree is hard as fuck. So
Yeah. I gotta hear this War on Drugs album because
never heard of him.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to conclusions, but I don't know. They could be really dope. It could be like that year Beck won instead of Beyonce. It could be really dope, and I never heard of them.
Best alternative. The National Sleep Well Beast won. I chose Father John Misty, Pure Comedy. You chose Humans Gorillas. I knew your choice was absolutely not gonna win.
But your choice was what? Incorrect as well.
It was a safe play because it was such a political record that I thought, it would get enough buzz that everybody would get behind it.
Right.
It didn't, because honestly, The National is my favorite album out of all those anyways.
Yeah.
I took a shot, man. I need some points here.
should've-
This is it's fucking out of hand.
I told you, I'm giving you buckets right now.
I literally might go over right now, the way it's looking.
Shoot. Let's see what we got up after that one.
Best urban, I believe it was.
Urban Contemporary.
Best urban contemporary. I chose Khalid. You chose Childish Gambino. And the winner was The Weeknd, Starboy.
The Weeknd. Which I was actually kind of shocked.
Wasn't he a no-show? Didn't he not show up Grammys too?
I'm pretty sure.
Him, Taylor Swift, and blah, 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 whatever.
I mean, he got a lot of bodies on at the Grammy. I mean, there's a lot of exes walking around. I don't know if
He wasn't nominated that much, despite some big
Yeah,
songs he had, surprisingly.
right. I mean, damn, he won though. That's crazy.
Yeah, he did.
That's tight.
Over
And that's
SZA
what's
and
crazy is
Mac.
because I said this was his biggest like pop reach,
It
like in
was.
terms of music, like. And I didn't personally like it, but apparently the crossover was good enough to get him a Grammy for Best Urban Contemporary Album. So congratulations, Abel. You did it.
Best R&B album. Bruno Mars, Once a Fucking Again. But we both chose him this one, so.
So we both get buckets. All right. Yep. Because I was like, first of all, he shouldn't even been in that category.
That was not an R&B album.
I was so upset that he had to be like his name being in there was just automatically going to be him. Like versus the other people, they're not in the same genre. None of them do the same thing as
All right. Well, let's get into this rap where it was just a giant circle jerk.
Oh my god.
And look, I love Kendrick as much as anybody else, but there's absolutely no fucking way he should sweep the rap categories this year.
That was actually shocking too. That was weird. I was like, oh, they just giving it to him now? Like they're like, all right, fuck it.
So right off the bat, best rap performance, he beat out Bad and Bougie and Bodak Yellow with Humble. With Humble.
For rap performance, y'all. Not rap song. Like Bad and Bougie and Bodak Yellow lost to Humble as rap performance?
Unbelievable. This is like how out of touch everybody who votes on the Grammys is. Like, it's unbelievable.
Like, that doesn't even make sense to me right now. Like, did they not see the memes? Did they not see the viral videos of, like, Bodak Yellow? Like a whole subway station in New York, just everybody dancing because somebody had it on the stereo.
Bad and Bougie spawned,
like
a whole meme wave for, like, a good 2 months, bro.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Humble did his thing, though. We're not hating on Humble.
I love Kendrick. Everybody knows that. He's my guy. But no fucking way he won best rap performance. Best rap album, he also won.
Oh, yeah.
He beat out Jay-Z, which I could see happening, but I didn't think people who actually listen to the albums would choose that over Jay-Z's. And considering like how much buzz Jay-Z was able to actually conjure up for such a personal, conceptual project, the first that he's ever done. Yeah. Like that was like the most artistic he's probably ever been on an album.
Yeah, but if you think about it,
you would think he would get rewarded for that, for how long he's been doing it.
You'd think so, but Kendrick made his most commercial album yet.
This was just straight.
Think about Damn. It's his most commercial.
It was, and this was just straight. What do I hear on the radio? The most type of voting.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. They rewarded the most commercial. Like as soon as they went commercial, go ahead, Weeknd. Go ahead, Kendrick. You guys get it. Your most commercial stuff.
Absolute garbage.
But
I'm not fucking with it.
It's interesting. But that's okay. I picked him for best rap album, so I am fucking with that category.
Last one, best music video. We both chose Story of OJ, and of course, Humble
Damn,
won
man.
by Kendrick Lamar.
I know. You were gonna pick Humble too, dog.
Because it's such a hard video. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like the visuals are crazy.
I thought you were gonna go with it.
But again, I thought because it was so artistic and like the message and everything and like just the impact it had on a conscious level with people. Normally they award that type of shit.
Right.
But they didn't, again, because of just this circle jerk right now. Like,
calling it the circle jerk.
Like, I
Well,
love Kendrick, bro, but there's no way he sweeps this year's categories. It's crazy, bro.
I know,
Nonsense.
man, but you lucky you got a point, homie. You almost got swept.
4-1. Your first victory.
Killed you, bro. Killed
Can
you.
you hear that? Can you hear me
Wasn't even in
clapping?
competition,
You
bro.
clapping?
Yeah.
It was such
What's
a bullshit
up, though?
Grammys, though. Like, it almost doesn't count.
No, it definitely
It
counts.
almost
All the
doesn't count. It's
Grammys
such
are
a
bullshit.
No.
Every Grammys is bull. Last year wasn't bullshit. The year before wasn't bullshit.
This was
It's
even
always
more,
bullshit.
bro. This was crazy.
Stop it. Stop it.
People were super pissed that who was I super mad? Oh, they were super mad about Ed Sheeran winning "Shape of You"
Yeah.
over like Kesha's "Praying" and shit because of the messaging.
Right.
Because "Shape of You" is super simple and low hanging fruit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was interesting. Did you see Jay-Z did a little speech because he was talking about that honor they were giving him or whatever?
Yeah, lifetime was like a lifetime
Yeah.
award basically.
Yeah, I don't remember. Exactly.
Something like that.
I was something. So, you know, you've been in the game so long. Here's an award, kind of shit. But and you've contributed so much to the game. But yeah, so he was doing a speech about that, and it was him talking about how he was boycotting the Grammys, and I thought that was dope because he was like, yeah, I was like, he was like, yeah, I went here in like '97 or something, and then like after that, I just stopped coming. Like I boycotted it until Beyonce, and then I came back with Beyonce in 2003 or something like that for her album, and then I was like, oh, okay. So and then he was just talking about just like snubs and stuff like that. But it
I
was
mean,
interesting that
super snubbed.
he used his time to.
He had the most nominations, 9. Walked
Oh,
away
I
with
thought it
0.
was 9. I know that's crazy.
SZA had 5. Walked away
Yeah.
with 0.
0.
So like, I mean, before I get asked this next question, let me just say, congratulations, Doris, for your first victory over me, probably in your life.
That's false, ladies.
It was
It's not
definitely
my first over him. in
garbage
life.
and rigged, but
He's mad. He's mad because he lost to me easily.
but that
I
comeback
swept
is
that shit.
look, but that comeback's gonna be crazy on the Oscars. So stay tuned for that. But for those of you that had made predictions before the show as well, how many did you get right? Were you surprised at any of the winners like we were? I'm for sure 100% sure that you were. Who do you think got snubbed the most? And yeah, just what do you think about the winners, the snubs, the losers, and didn't go as you expected, man?
Favorite performances? What were the worst performances?
Yeah, we already asked
Tell
that
us
before.
about it.
So that's gonna bring me to my next main question: is are the Grammys even important still to music?
Well, I mean, yeah, in a way. I mean, the Grammys to me are kind of like the double XL list, like for all of music.
That's
In terms of like, so the
Yes.
double XL list for hip hop is the Grammys.
that's
to all
some real
music.
low bar right there, and they give the Grammys, bro.
It's a mad low bar. It's a mad low bar because
Compared
like,
to Grammys,
it's a
to the
monopolized.
XXL freshman list.
It's monopolized, man. It's monopolized, and obviously, I mean, the voting system's so trash that like, it just doesn't make any sense. The algorithms and what they're trying to use to create and justify the choices. Like you just said, Kendrick is one of our favorite rappers, but like we both know he shouldn't have got all of them. All of the Grammys. Like
Yeah,
he should have got 2, maybe 3. But like, I mean, Bruno Mars, y'all.
yeah. I did
Bruno?
not see a big night for Bruno Mars coming out of this. That was
crazy.
Yeah.
That was a weird. Like,
it was like they almost
message.
awarded him for being just a great performer.
Yeah, like you perform and work so hard, We don't even care about the content. We just love you. Here's all the awards.
I mean, I just think like I just think they're just super out of touch, like with actually what's going on currently in music, and like what people
Yeah.
and like what the general public is interested. I think the Grammys are good for highlighting unknown acts or like more like eclectic acts when they actually do get nominated or nodded for, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is like always like, man, who is that? Like I've never heard of them. Why are they nominated? Let me go check out why. You know what I'm saying? Like they're good for that
Yeah.
to a certain degree because for the most part, it is typically the same people getting nominated over and over again. But when they do let in
Right.
other people, it is that feeling of like, oh, there's somebody new that I need to possibly
I
check
mean, the
out.
problem is
But
they really, yeah.
when it
I don't
comes to
know.
the actual voting and the winning, like so out of touch with the general public actually like thinks or is, you know, interested in like just what the wave has been for the year.
Yeah, they don't get it.
Don't show no
It's
love.
actually counter to like the way a lot of their choices are like, I don't know. It's awkward. But it seems like it's getting better. So I'm not completely upset. Or maybe it's not. Maybe this is just them cloaking it. Like, hey, look, guys, we tried.
I mean, there's like it's like almost 12,000 people that can vote, and it's like all colleagues of the nominees basically, and you know, musicians basically voting for it.
Yeah.
And it's just like I want to know which one. It definitely got to be older. Definitely got to be older people, older
Well, you
musicians.
got to think about Nashville. You got to think there's at least 300 country influenced people on the Academy. You got to think that 500 other people are pop primarily. You
I
got
mean,
to
it's
think
definitely
that,
flawed, bro. Like they shouldn't be.
you know,
I mean, I'm not gonna say
and
that.
they
I'm not
all
gonna.
vote on album of the year. So if you
Yeah,
think about
yeah.
who won, Bruno Mars in terms of Universal, you know, because they're looking at like SoundScan across global charts too and shit. So like Bruno Mars is hitting everywhere, you know, like that music can connect to people more than Kendrick's album can connect to people in, you know, other countries all over the
I
world,
mean,
like, you know, of different classes and of different ages.
I'll say that it's like not important in terms of like what's actually happening and you know who's doing what, like trending, starting waves, blah blah blah. But it's important to the fact that like no matter what an artist says, like they do want that validation.
Yeah,
As oh yeah, I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody wants that, even if they say at the end of the day,
but
like,
that's what
nah,
I'm
fucking
saying
want
about
that.
the double XL freshman cover, bro. That list. That list of hip hop is the same as the Grammys because nobody really gives a fuck. Like
But they
it
do.
doesn't come with a check. It's not like the Oscars where your price automatically goes up if you're
That's
nominated.
that's that pride though, bro. That pride is something crazy. You want to, I
You
mean, it's
know,
your craft, bro. Like you still want to be the best, and to have like your peers say like, yeah, you were the best this
but
year.
that's the
You
thing
still
though.
want
It's
that
like
stamp though. So it's
it's not all your peers though.
no.
A lot of them don't vote. Like a lot of peers, like there's more people that could vote that are in hip hop that don't vote because part of it is voting on categories they're unfamiliar with.
Yeah, it's just extremely flawed, and every year it's always gonna be like people getting snubbed left or right, and it's I don't see it changing ever because the voting system. I don't see how you can like make it any better because you don't want to
Yeah.
keep people from voting on different
It's only
categories,
gonna
but
be
then you
numbers
don't
and
want
popularity.
certain people necessarily. I think if they could weigh like the NBA did, if you can weigh the general public's voting and
Hmm.
and the voting of these people on the academy, or I mean, part of the actual voting pool.
Yeah.
if say like you give more weight to them, but give like a third, like 30% of the vote for the general public, I think you'll get a more realistic result. Honestly,
That would be cool.
and
That
I
would
think,
actually be
and
a
honestly,
really
it'd
good
probably be the
help
best
for
idea because then
Grammy.
I think that people would be more invested in actually watching and giving a fuck about the Grammys outside of
Well,
seeing some
that's
performance.
if you look at the only shows that are thriving that are all music based, it's all like The Voice, and that's or like these singing shows where people get to vote and engage with music in a way, and like there's like The Voice is cool because it brings on other famous guests. It's not just the four people that are there and stuff, and like that's why Diddy's got something coming out, like The Four. I haven't seen The Four or know anything about it, but like these shows, these things have viewership involvement as like a mandatory part of it, and that's what I think music like award shows and things need to like also adopt.
Yeah, I
Is
don't think
that
I'm not saying for a text in the vote or nothing like that or like hashtag the vote, but like just find a way to take voting from the or allow
I mean, but
general
what if
public
they
to be
introduced the
involved.
category? What if they
Nah,
introduced the
I
public
think
choice category?
I think it should be for everything. It should be normal, but I think that you should just give more weight to the actual voting pool and like the actual
Yeah,
musicians voting on it, and then give some weight though. Like if you can figure out how to give some weight to the general public's vote too, and then
right.
mathematically take the summation of that, and you got your winner. Like you hear that, Grammys? Write me a
You
check.
hear
Write
that,
your boy a
Grammy?
check, bro. Recording Academy, write your boy a check. I just solved your entire
If it
Grammy
goes
problem.
public, I was a witness.
I was the
I
first,
heard I
January
I
31st,
heard the plan
2018.
laid out.
I just
If
solved it.
there's no paper trail after January 30th, then y'all owe us some money.
Write me a check,
Because
bro. We just solved your problem. We just solved your viewership problem. Boom.
we gave you plenty of stuff without even trying. Like on X low key, if we were trying, y'all would be doing really
Straight
well.
facts. So if they want to fix their shit,
But
that's what they should do. Just being real.
yeah,
That's how they should do it. Not that
yeah,
hard,
because
honestly, thinking
honestly, a
about it.
People's Choice to set the record straight, the idea of a People's Choice award would be a cop out because it would be them acknowledging that the people want to have a voice, but also saying that they don't want their vote to be included in all of the voting.
Right. No, I think that they should do it the same way. Like they nominate everything themselves. But when it comes to
Yeah.
actually voting on the winners from that pool of nominations, I think that they got to start weighing the general public because it's such a giant distance right now between the general public and what's actually
Yeah.
winning for the most part. And
Right.
like even when something like, I mean, it's not even like the Oscars where normally the niche stuff wins. Here it's like the only the popular stuff wins. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the opposite.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like,
know it is.
yes,
Because that's what's crazy. That's why the Oscars has more prestige than the Grammys. It's because they pick more obscure like thing. Like I feel like that part of it adds to the prestige.
right,
Because if the Grammys was like that, they would pick Tyler the Creator's Flower Boy as a winner. Like stuff like that would be winning Grammys instead.
right, right.
But yeah, they're not like that. That would be if they like keep their ear to the street and really want to like make moments that like could like shift the culture a little bit in. But
Yeah, but they
I don't know.
don't. So they're stuck in their ways.
Yeah, they don't really want to be
We'll be
influenced,
talking about these same problems next year.
right? They just want that advertising money for the time slot.
Well, they keep playing. They keep playing. These ratings keep going down. They're gonna have to change it up.
Yeah.
But yeah. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the Grammys are still important to the music industry? Is it more just a show now than it is like actually caring about who wins and loses? Do you think it can be fixed? Do you think like the voting system can be fixed? Would you agree with our idea on how to fix this problem. Let us know in the comments below. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
So just a couple news and stuff before we finish out the show.
Okay.
Childish Gambino recently just signed his first major record deal with RCA.
Oh, that's official. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was speculation.
Yeah, he did it a few weeks ago, and
Word.
but it's like good then bad. I don't know. It's strange. It's strange because
Yeah.
after the Grammys, he reaffirmed that this next album will be his very last Childish Gambino album.
Right.
So yeah, we get a major, his first
Which-
and only major, and then it's gonna be his last. So a little bittersweet there.
Yeah, that's interesting. But funny. And honestly, actually, he got a Grammy for something, right?
He did.
I think he won a Grammy for something.
Pretty sure it was Redbone.
Okay.
I just can't remember the exact category, but he won one for sure. He won one for
Yeah.
sure. But
So,
yeah, just it's his last Gambino album, whatever.
well, the whole thing about that for me, honestly, is he either will do one of two things. He'll either just completely stop, like he says he will, kind of like Will Smith, except, yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
But
Will Smith tried to come back later.
yeah, he did. But the way Childish Gambino has more like producing and like behind the scenes musical background technique, like he has more experience in the studio than Will. No offense to Will, but
Come on, bruh.
I mean, Will's got bigger hits though, bro. I mean, Will's
bro. Smashes that.
Yeah, he's got the most major hits, but they're
Smashes.
not like, but they're all crossover songs, if you think about it. So
Either
that's kind
way,
of cool, though.
They're
Like
smashes. Don't
either
care.
way, but yeah, like I said, so coming back later, he could. I mean,
Here's
he
my
might
theory.
just not. He might do an album. He might do a Donald Glover album though. He might retire as Childish Gambino and then do one more
Yeah,
album.
you
for
just
his
gave
fans
my
called
theory.
Donald
My
Glover.
theory is he specifically
Ooh.
said this is my last Childish Gambino album, but he's also said that he's wanted to change his rap name for a long time. But then it kind of just popped off, and he was just like, "Well, popular, so just gonna stick with it." So what I think this will be his last Childish Gambino album, and I do think this won't be his last musical album or project. I just think when he comes back, it will probably be under a different name or his own name. Which makes sense
Yeah, that would be dope. Honestly,
because he's got
But
the
then
cachet now to pull that off. So
Yeah, it's so interesting because he's done so much with his music. Every project is its own.
people follow him, no matter what he does now. So like the name change wouldn't even be that big of a deal.
He's almost like Kanye with like how much he switches his style. You know, when it comes into an album, the whole album doesn't sound like the last album.
So,
But,
so yeah, that's Gambino. TDE
Orlando.
announced the championship tour
Oh yeah,
where they will all be
That actually
touring
looks
together
crazy.
throughout North America. So
shout
I
out
wish
TDE.
I could make it for that because they do stop in
Fucked up.
Phoenix. But man, if you can get out to that concert, definitely want to get it. That's probably one you definitely want to get out to. That will be crazy.
Oh, I know they're coming to New York. I'm gonna see what it looks like. I might have to.
Gonna be
Right.
crazy.
Hell yeah. Cause and what's crazy, they speaking of TDE, Sir, the artist Sir just dropped
Yeah,
their album.
dope album.
It's getting a lot
Very
of
solid. Very solid. I
praise.
won't say it's
Very solid.
but I think
It's
it's like
not-
most of their debut albums at that camp, like just very solid projects that like set them up for the next
Yeah.
big one.
Definitely.
I gave that one 4 out of 5.
That's pretty high for those you don't know. Dario. So, Sir's actually a really great artist. Very low key. Honestly, Sir's dope. I like that.
I was surprised. I was surprised that he got a debut album this quick because normally they like to let their acts cook and develop a lot longer than that.
Yeah, I was surprised that TDE put him out, but I think that was probably because of the tour.
So here's the thing: the tour. I think J Rock's gonna have an album probably before the tour starts, and Isaiah Rashad is not on the tour, and I think because he will be working on his next project. But they will be in New York.
I'm sure he'll probably
May
do
29th.
a few dates though.
Probably pop up, yeah. He'll pop up,
Yeah,
but
probably
he's not
pop up here and
consistent.
there,
But May 29th, they'll be in New York for the tour.
May 29th, that's when it was. Okay.
Drake is number one. Has another number one. With God's Plan, Billboard's debut, the Hot 101, which is surprising and not surprising. It's a cool song, but for me, it's not like number one smash hit.
I didn't think God's Plan was gonna be a number one. It just felt like a better song over like the
feels just like
Still
I've heard
Here
it
beat.
before. Definitely feels like I've heard them before from him.
Yeah, it was a More Life. It was a More Life leftover. Probably both of them.
I like Diplomatic
well, not
Immunity
the
more.
Diplomatic Immunity had some new bars, so
Yeah, I like Diplomatic Immunity more. But yeah.
That was swag. He finally came back with some swag surfing like that. He could have called it like I mean 5 a.m.
We talked about this last show. I told you
like,
that he will be back this year with something for sure. He's been a little quiet from last year. More Life came and went, so I knew he was gonna come back with something. But that number one makes him the rapper with the most number one hits over Jay-Z. He just passed Jay-Z.
Ooh, scary hours, y'all. Drake drops and he's one of the only two artists to ever drop two songs that chart in the top 10 the same day. Him and Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran, get out of here, bro.
Yeah, those are the only two that ever did it. It's weird. That's why I'm talking about streaming numbers, bro. I'm telling you about those numbers, bro.
Different
he
era.
Had to win.
Different era, but
it doesn't make sense. But that's what it was. Drake, he streamed. So both of those were in the top 10.
Drake number one. Lil Wayne, Dedication 6 Reloaded.
Oh yeah, Reloaded.
What you think? You think he's back?
Wayne's definitely back, but I'm not gonna say.
I'm not gonna say statement,
bruh. I mean, look. You were trying to defend
consistency.
You were trying to defend that. What was that? Whatever project he put out before this, it was like 4 songs or some shit.
Yeah, it was cool. I said it was a cool project. Like, it was cool.
Yeah, but like, this is Dedication 6, and it's to me these were the vibes. I was looking for some of the vibes. Like, I was like, all right.
His bars were definitely up from before.
Yeah.
He sounded like he actually had something to say a little bit more this time. We're
talking about Reloaded, though, specifically, right?
Yeah, he had something that
actually. Because with Reloaded, he had so many extra skits. He was talking a lot.
Yeah,
that's one thing.
That's what people want to hear. Like that's what he used to do. That's what
I liked it the first time
too. Like that's what people loved about it.
But it was extended,
had something
bro.
to say outside of
it was the longest
cars and money and shit. But
yeah, it was crazy what he was saying though about like some of the stuff he was talking about, like what Drake, like he was talking about like gifts, Drake and Nicki, and then that was funny. I thought that was funny.
Nah, I mean,
he was like, yeah, Drake be getting you shit that you use every day.
I don't want it to be like only thing. Like he doesn't talk about real shit no more.
Yeah,
I won't say he's back. I'll say that he's gaining his game form back. I need to see consistency. You can't disappear for another year and then be like, come back with another mixtape. Like, come on, bro. I think we're a little past that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. The way he came out with this.
We need to hear some album material.
This feels like a rollout. Like, I feel like he's trying to like.
This is what people been saying every time he comes out, though. Oh, he's gearing up. Like, nah, I'm going to need to see. It's a wait and see for me.
I feel you. But I definitely messed with some of the songs. I remember when the Drake verse and the whole Drake song on Family Feud for Jay-Z's, song. I thought that was interesting. That was like a lead single off Reloaded.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait and see still. Wait and see. Lastly, well, not lastly, but lastly. There's a lot of hip hop shows coming out, dog.
Oh, yeah?
It's, a lot of hip hop shows and documentaries and stuff.
Oh, yeah, there are, yeah.
Rapture is debuting March 30th on Netflix. It's about like Nas and Logic, Rhapsody, 2 Chainz, T.I., Dave East, and it's like episodic, and then like I think they might focus on each individual artist. It's like they do shows and blah, blah, and like interviews, and I think it'll be interesting, like behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
There's another documentary called Word is Bond.
Word is Bond.
On Showtime. Following like Nas, again, Tech Nine, J. Cole, Pusha T, Rhapsody, Anderson .Paak. Airing February 16th.
That's what's up. I mean, the more the merrier. I want all the music information I can.
I mean, in a statement released from Showtime, the film examines the transformative power of lyrics in the world of hip-hop music. What was born in the streets of the South Bronx has now taken root globally, and the young poets of New York have helped to spawn regional dialects everywhere. So, another deep dive into the art and the artists behind like rap. So, it's come a long way, dog, since when I was doing, since even little. It's crazy to think of this now.
Yeah, no, there's so much. It's so much. I mean, last year, Spotify said hip hop is the largest consumed genre of music. That's based on their study. But I'm sure if you did cross studies with like iTunes and Tidal and whatever, it'd probably be similar.
And lastly, again, Nas featured in all of these heavily. That's just like everybody from all corners just love him,
Nasty Nas. Nasir. Get into the bag.
An upcoming episode of PBS's Live from the Kennedy Center. We'll see Nas teaming with the National Symphony Orchestra at Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., and he will be a rendition with obviously the backing orchestra of Illmatic, of course. This was recorded in 2014, but it's finally now being aired. Not sure why it took so long, but interested to see it. We're like definitely interested to see it. That was almost like when the time we talked about when the orchestra was doing all Kanye's hits and stuff like that.
Right.
Just to see the respect it's getting from like trained musicians and stuff like this is unbelievable, bro.
I mean, that's hard to get. Respect from trained musicians. They're very particular.
I mean, it's definitely made its way
about
from
the club.
It's definitely not just a fad anymore, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. But that's what it is. That's dope.
So, that's it for news. Before we get out of here, what is upcoming and dropping this week, February 2nd? AWOL Nation, Here Come the Runs.
Oh, word.
Justin Timberlake, Man of the Woods.
Not excited.
Come on, that's JT.
Bro, from what I've heard, bro, it's trash. But
I'll
give it a chance.
Have you heard his last single with Chris Stapleton?
Like I said, from what I've heard, Like his last single, it is trash. I don't even know what he's trying to do right now. Like,
I liked his
how is that a
last
lead
one
single?
with Chris Stapleton. I liked that one more than at least.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say I liked it more than the previous two.
Okay. All right. Well, that one specifically isn't terrible song,
No,
but is it a JT song? Is it like, yo, that JT?
it's
Hell
not.
no.
I mean, it's a JT song, but it's not something that's like I'm like blown away by.
Yeah, I mean, JT made Future Sex Love Sounds. I mean,
And he made
what the-
2020 Experience. The first part was insane when it first came out.
yeah,
And
I mean,
Cry Me a River was insane when he just doesn't. He hasn't
so
had
like
that
I
moment.
said, I'm
He
gonna give
definitely
it a
hasn't had that moment.
chance, but I'm not
I
sure.
know you are.
I'm gonna
I know
like
you
it or
are.
not.
I know you are. Definitely gonna give it a chance.
If it's dope, then it'll be dope. But if it's not, I'm gonna be mad.
So those are the only two major ones I think that are worth checking out, dropping this week. But before we leave, is there anything you're listening to that you think people should be checking out?
Ooh, that's a good question. Because like with the Grammys, they don't like really catch all the artists. So you don't like
They don't catch
the Grammys aren't an example
5%
of
of
what
the artists.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm listening to like new and old stuff, man. Like I'm listening to some random stuff like Dreezy, female artist, female rapper.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, she did a song with Black, Six Black, Black, and Kodak Black called Spar a while ago, and that's been on replay for me recently still. Because the song's just, her bars are dope, and the song's like kind of got a good message. It's honestly one of the few songs that, because y'all heard me kind of say I don't like Kodak Black. I just don't give him as much of a chance as I ever should have. But I like him on that song. Dog, I don't
Kodak
like
is
listening
hard,
to
bruh.
that shit. He's
Kodak
hard
is
some
hard,
half
bruh.
of the time, bro. The other times he's fucking bullshit, man. I'm not getting off of that.
He be spitting some facts, bro.
Yeah.
Some real
I mean,
life
I was
stuff.
revisiting Drum's album from last year.
Roll in Peace.
Big Baby Drum.
I know you
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
Project
Roll
Baby
in
2, Roll in Peace from Kodak Black.
Yeah. Everybody's
not
stealing
hard,
this
bro.
flow now.
That's
It
not
is.
hard.
Everybody's stealing
Alright.
it. Everybody's stealing the flow
I'm just
now.
saying, bro.
Kodak really, it's almost like the Migos flow. Everybody's doing the Kodak right now. Everybody. Cardi B's song is the Kodak flow. Like, everybody's got the Kodak flow on it. It's just sped up.
So what was that you were listening to? What project was that?
Which one?
What project
You're talking
was
about the
that you were
Kodak.
that you were listening
Oh, Spar. I was talking about the song Spar.
to? Oh, okay.
Yeah, from Dreezy. Dreezy.
Anything
Female
else?
rapper. Let's see. Something people need to check out right now? I don't know. I'm anticipating stuff this year, but I mean, we already talked about that Scary Hours. If you haven't heard Drake's 2-song, whatever the fuck it's called,
EP.
Scary Hours EP. I guess 2 songs is an EP now because you can give a title to the 2-song project and then give each song its own title and,
And
call
sell
it an
it,
EP.
which he did. So
But here's the thing. You know what's dope about that? Drake's so smart that doing that shit is like streaming numbers hardcore. He just signed niggas on singles. He's like, yo, put out an EP that's 1 or 2 songs. You could probably put out a 1-song EP if you wanted to. Call it something and then call the song something else.
I mean,
but like-
they do single EPs all the time, where it's a single, then it's a remix or the beat or like just the instrumental. Like, yeah, they do that all the time.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. He could still push the song that's his
Or they
number
used to do
1
it all the time.
with. Yeah, he might actually come out with the Trippie Redd song because Trippie Redd was supposed to be on the
I'm
God's
glad
Plan.
he wasn't. Please.
I'm glad
Leave that
too.
nigga
I thought
off.
that was a better. It wouldn't have been number 1, but so that would be a cool remix just to like put out for the fans as something like to like, give people time to get ready for his new shit.
So,
Yeah.
all right, if people want to listen to some real rap and some real spit, listen
Oh,
to
yeah?
Davies Paranoia 2.
Oh, that is real rap.
His best
Ooh,
project
Nipsey.
yet. His best. Nipsey's not out yet. This is his best project yet.
What? Oh, I must
Paranoia
have heard
2,
a leak.
for sure. Paranoia 2 is best project out yet. It's got just that hard hitting, just spitting bars but still got some
Yeah, it's
commercials.
probably.
It's his most complete joint yet, for sure.
I like it. I like it. Kind of reminds me of Sci-Hi.
Other than that, I've been on my, rock tip, bro. Wolf Alice, Visions of a Life. Cannot go wrong with that one. That shit is hard.
Okay. Let me write that one down.
And lastly, Ty Segall, Freedom's Goblin. One of the most prolific artists, indie rock artists out there today. He drops ridiculous amounts of projects. He dropped a self-titled album last year, and he just dropped to follow up this past week in Freedom's Goblin. I gave it a 4.8. It's that good. It's 19 tracks, and it's just mind-blowing at how talented this guy is.
Okay.
He can cover any type of sound and rock and just make it his own. It's impressive. Definitely highly recommend Ty Segall, Freedom's Goblin.
Nice. I did want to say I am listening to Sir. We brought up Sir. It's just hard to I didn't want to circle back. So yeah, go ahead and check out Sir. I know we briefly mentioned him with the TDE talk, but yeah, Sir, that's definitely something on the playlist.
Yep. Definitely. But that is it for this podcast, Music Files. Today's date is January 31st. Well, yeah, this is going to go out January 31st, but technically record January 30th, 2018. Again, any questions, comments, topic suggestions, you can do that below YouTube video, SoundCloud, comments, on the actual posts on our websites, comments, anywhere this goes up. You can leave a comment. We'll read them, get back to you. Shoot us an email at podcast@livinglifefearless.co or go to livinglifefearless.co/podcast and fill out the form and shoot us a message, and we'll try to, circle back around to the best, message we get in upcoming shows. Again, let us know what you thought about the Grammys, about the snub surprises, blah, blah, blah. Anybody that you think is worth checking it out, let us know. And
you didn't talk about the Migos.
We will get to them.
Culture 2 came out.
We will get to them. We'll get to them next week.
We'll be back.
We'll make that a
we'll
main
talk
topic.
About it.
We'll get to the Migos.
Definitely.
But
we got time.
Yeah, we got time. But that's it. Anything else you
But
want to say?
all right, y'all. Nah, just thanks for tuning in to hear me whoop Dario's ass in the Grammys picks this year. Yeah.
Congrats. Congrats.
Yeah, 4-1 on the picks right there.
Finally
I actually tried that time. I tried that time. I gave you some, and it was just... But anyways, that's it for this Music Files. See y'all next time.
Peace, bro.
Peace.